guys, it's Marissa, your Usborne book lady, and we're going to talk a little bit about math books for all ages today. Because people like to talk about the summer slide a lot, and they tend to talk about that more in terms of reading ability and the loss of reading levels over the summer. But we often don't talk about the fact that you have the potential, kids have the potential to lose 3 months worth of knowledge in all of the other subjects in school as well. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite math books, and I'm going to have a separate section for science books. And I actually have computer and coding books in here with the math books. It's kind of a crossover between math and science, and I have more science books than math books, so I put them in here. All right, so for the very youngest, the first thing that they learn in their math classes is actually shapes. So this is one of my, we have a lot of different shape books. This is one of my favorite shape books. It's our Lift the Flap series. And flap books in and of themselves, because of that tactile movement, tend to increase retention because they have the added tactile motion, the added sensory perception with it, but also because the act of lifting the flaps naturally creates a lot of starts and stops. And when we learn, we remember the start and the finish more than anything in the middle. So when you create a lot of little starts and stops, you have more memory points. This is in the same series. This is our Lift the Flap numbers book. So when kids are moving up and they have learned their shapes, this one is a great next step up. We have a lot of these young toddler Lift the Flap books, Lift the Flap opposites and things like that. These are a really great series. If you are working on writing your letters or your numbers, we have these great little wipe clean cards. These are similar to our wipe clean books, if you're familiar with them. I cannot get this package open, but just trust me that there are number cards in here. They go up to 100, and we have the same thing available for letters as well, and it does upper and lowercase. This is our brand new series. This is First Math, Slide and See, and this is the addition, and there's a subtraction as well, and these are just super duper cute. I love these. Really great for tiny little tactile hands, and it's a great way for them to get their first visual concept of addition, because it's 2 plus 1 equals 3. So I love how they have the equation written out there as well, but then they also have the visual clues. If you are familiar with our Wipe Clean books, you will know that we have a lot of Wipe Clean books that are fun and a lot that are more learning focused. If you want to get more bang for your buck, this is the Starting School Wipe Clean Activity Pack. We also have a Get Ready for School Wipe Clean Activity Pack. And they have 4 little mini Wipe Clean books with 1 pen in them. And they are, I think they're $19.99, which is a great deal because these Wipe Clean books are $7.99 a piece when you get them in the full size. So this one contains First Math, First Words, Starting Times Tables, and Telling the Time. That one is the Starting School Wipe Clean Activity Pack. We also have a lot of activity books that are geared towards science and math. This one is pretty new. This is the Adding and Subtracting Activity book. We also have one for fractions, one for multiplication and division, that sort of thing. And they do a great job of introducing the same concepts in different ways, so that if one way isn't clicking for your child, maybe the other one can. If you have a kid who doesn't want to do a lot of the hands-on stuff, but they like the theory behind math, we have a lot of math illustrated dictionaries for all different ages. And these, I really, really, really love the First Math Illustrated Dictionary. It does a great job of introducing the concepts in a way that kids can understand. Really fantastic. If you have someone who thinks that maybe they don't like math and you want to convince them that they do, this is not a math book. I love this book. We also have a brand new one of these called This Is Not a Science Book. I love this book because it takes all of these art concepts, like patterns that you see repeating in arts and things like that, and it explains how those are actually based in mathematical concepts, and then the kids use the space in the book to actually do the activity themselves so that they really get a hands-on understanding of how it works. A lot of geometry and stuff in here. These are really, really cool. I keep saying I'm going to buy one of these for myself and do it, and I think this summer I might actually do it. Okay, so now we're on to computers and coding. We have two different coding books. These are step by step. They will walk your child through coding from very, very, very beginning through more advanced. Some of you might be wondering what the difference is between coding for beginners using Scratch and coding for beginners using Python. Now, I will explain to you. So Scratch, or let's do it the other way. Python is an actual coding language. So they're learning something that they could actually potentially code in real life. Scratch was created by professors at MIT as a tool to teach coding techniques and languages and practices. So this is great for your younger kids, like 7 to 9-ish. And if you have a slightly more advanced kid, or if they want to learn something more practical, coding for Pythons is the way to go for them, or for older kids. If you have a child who is into computers, but they're more about the hardware, they don't really want to learn how to program software, the Lift the Flap Computers and Coding book might be good for them. This is also a great introduction for slightly younger kids. It talks a lot about the actual hardware of a computer and how it works, and then also talks about how coding works and how it sort of works together with the hardware, that sort of thing. All right, so those are all of my favorite books for your math lovers or math haters, depending on what you're dealing with. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If you're here for a Facebook party, I would love to answer any questions that you have on the event page wall. If you like these and you want to find them, you can go to my website, www.booksbymarisa.com. It'll be in the comments. Like my Facebook VIP page with a link in the comments, and you will get specials and discounts and all sorts of fun stuff. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.